For the effort that went into this one, I'm asking for 2,000 likes. Please share it. Please consider supporting my channel also by purchasing the ebook. It is time for the Manticore Target ID Bible. Got the Manticore set up over there. And let's take a look at the board and all sorts of metal detecting stuff. And the dogs. What you looking at? Anywho. You know the Manticore. Yeah, we're going to be very thorough. We've got all sorts of rings. We've got all sorts of coins, silver. I didn't bring out the Clad yet. We're going to do Clad. Importantly, we got the junk. We got buttons. We got pretty much everything. Skilva in various, that's silver, in various forms. And what we're going to do, Manticore Target ID goes up to 99. We are going to place it on the board as it reveals itself. And then I'm going to write a book. The book. This is the 5th time I've done this. I did this for the Deus. I did this for the Legend, the Equinox, the Simplex, now the Manticore. Every time I do this, I learn something new. And every time I do this, it reinforces one thing: dig everything. In this video, we are going to be incredibly thorough. And what the book does is it takes everything that is on that big chart and it pretty much puts it into pages so that you could easily see everything. And I teach you about Target ID on this machine, my observations. There's a section about the Manticore's gold range, the Manticore's silver range, conductivity, and phase shift, which really is the function behind how Target IDs are derived. So the link is in the video description and the price is very reasonable. I'm not going to hold back on anything in this video, but I do suggest that you make a purchase. It's everything organized in a downloadable PDF that you could print, perhaps carry with you to study. Everything that we go over in this video. So before we get on with this, I have a suggestion on how to navigate this, because it's like an hour and 25 minutes plus. Now, if you look, this is an older one. This is the XP Deus 2 Target ID Bible. And if you look here, there's chapters. So if you're watching on a computer especially, there's chapters. And you can see what you're interested in and click on it. And it zooms you to that segment of the video. Now, you might miss some stuff, but that's where the book comes in. You don't miss anything if you purchase the book. Now, without further ado, I proudly present to you the Target ID Bible for the Minelab Manticore. All right, so for the purpose of this test, we're going to be in all-terrain general. That is the most generic mode, all-terrain general, okay? All right, first things first, let's start with a teachable moment. We have a Barber dime here that is razor thin. So Barber dime, found in the water, razor thin. And we have a normal Barber dime. I could speak, I swear. Now, let's take a look at the difference. Let's do the normal one first. 80, 81. And let's take a look at the razor thin one. By the way, every time that I swing, I'm going to make sure to center and put it flat. And this is in the 50s. Now the next teachable moment. We have a silver chain and we have a Morgan dollar. I've never found one of these. I bought this for this purpose right here. I did find this. Now let's take a look at the weights of these, okay? And we all know silver is the highest conductor. We've got 0.8 ounces right here for this chain. And we have the Morgan dollar right here, 0.9 ounces. They're very close. Now, we all know that silver is a high conductor, and high conductors usually fall on the high end of a Target ID scale. But check this out. Let's do the Morgan dollar first. As high as 97. Okay, now let's ball this up. Okay, I'm gonna ball this up. I'm gonna put it in my hand like this. And what's happening is the silver is not as dense. There is a higher density of silver in this than this. This is more spread out. These are links. And I've noticed when that happens, when you have smaller things more spread out, like links in a chain, you're going to get a lower target ID when compared to when it is melted together in one big piece. Next teachable moment, if you get gold plus silver, the silver, the high conductor, will dominate. So this has gold and silver, and this ring has gold and silver. You're going to see this ring up somewhat like silver. Even though it has gold in it. And let's take a look at this. We just found our first anomaly. This one always rings up really, really high. But this one, it seems to be like in the zinc range for the Manticore. But let's put these on the board. That's why we're doing this. There are anomalies that happen. So again, each detector has has quirks with how target ID works. If you notice with this, it's bulbous, you know, like it's not flat. Most of the items that are here are flat. What I am curious about and what I've noticed in the field and here is if you don't have something that is flat, if you have something that's irregular in shape, that's where you get the difference. That's where you get a more bouncy target ID. So this is actually an important piece. So a lot of people celebrated when the 700 and 900 Equinox came out, and that had the stretched target ID. The original Equinox stopped at 40, and the new generation of Equinoxes and the Manticore went all the way up to 100. Now, when you create spacing like that, you're not going to have the same consistent target IDs. One thing I always noticed about the Equinox, it really didn't jump too much, but that was a product of the closeness in the scale on the numbers. This is more of a spread out scale, and you'll see a lot more jumpiness when I am ringing stuff up. It really confused me. For the sake of the board, oh man, this is bouncing. I don't know where to put this. I'm going to say 52, although I know that that is not perfect, and you can't like split this into multiple parts. We're going to say 52 for this. That's somewhere average and in between. But if you see something bouncy, perhaps you think of this. There's going to be a lot of bounce in this video. Prepare yourself. All right, now let's do pennies. And historically, I mean, I've done these tests on multiple detectors, I think 4 or 5 of them. Pennies have been very much the widest range. So let's see how it is with the Manticore. So that's one. We're going to call that 77. Just so we don't make this video as long as Gone with the Wind, you're going to see a lot of jump cuts put in. 81, 80, 79, 80, 81, 80, 78, 79, well, 80, 81, 82, 80, 79, 80. So we got a range from 77 to 81 for pennies. All right, so we have the pennies reflected on the board. same with everything else. Let's keep going. All right, so we got regular nickels ranging in dates from 1957 to the early 70s. And let's see what we got. Nickels are usually pretty standard. They don't move. 26, 26, 26, 27, 27, 28, 27. We're going to test some war nickels later. Those will be pretty wild. But as for right now, 26, 27, 28 for nickels. All right, we got 6 Clad dimes here. Let's see what we got. They're usually pretty standard. Call that a 77. 77. 27. That's 77, I'm sorry. 77, 78. That's more 78. So yeah, we'll call this 77, 78. And just look at this. So we got the penny here. This is a 1963. Clearly in the 80s. And let's look at some of the dimes. 77, 78. I mean, it is a smaller coin. But for the sake of accuracy, just to show you, the old copper pennies seem to ring up a little bit higher than dimes. All right, so we got 6 Clad quarters here. 88, 87. We'll call that 88. We'll call that 89. We'll call that 87 just to cover it because I've seen that. 88, 87, 88, 89, 87, 88, 89 it seems to be. All right, non-silver Kennedy halves. The earliest one we have is 1971 and latest is 1990 something. '93, 93, 93, 93. I'd still call that 93. Eisenhower, how are you doing? I don't know how they thought people could like fit these in their pockets. You know, this is a pre-inflation coin. Then again, the 70s were inflation time. Call that 95, 96, 96, 96. I've seen a lot of 97, so 95, 96, 97 it is. Modern dollar coins, whether they be presidential or Sacagawea, let's see. '89, 88, 89, 89, 89, 88 and 89. And that means they're on the higher end of the quarters, the Clad quarters, and that makes sense. They're slightly bigger. All right, here's where things get crazy. War nickels. Now take a look at these two here. I will especially do these two. Both are 1944, okay? Now this is where we got to build trust. I'm doing just these two. I'm going to do this one first. 28, so a little bit higher, even 27. That's where the Clad nickels, or regular nickels went. Now this one, take a look. Close to 50, so higher. You see a wider range on these coins. Let's do the rest. Those are the first two. 54, 55, 60. So they were not uniform with the amount of whatever went into this coin, these coins. So they're all over the place, and it's like that on all detectors. That's more normal nickel. 60, 61, 27. So this is wild. So I'll reflect that on the board. Okay, so I have war nickels at 27, 28, 56, 60, and 61. And there's probably more spaces that these take up. Just saying. All right, we got 5 buffalo nickels. These are usually very consistent. All right, 25, 26, a little bit lower. That's a 27, 26, 27, and there's gotta be the weird one. Here's your 24. Oh, it's worn a bit. That's possibly why. But it's consistent with these. I mean, this one is worn as well. Interesting. Buffalo nickel range is 24 through 27. All right, we got some V nickels here. And let's see what we got. $25. Ooh, 21. 24. 24. 24. V nickel range is 21 through 24. Listen, people, I must disclose that my shield nickels are in phenomenal condition. Oh, you be quiet. Okay, let's test the shield nickels. $24, $23, $24, $23. Be quiet. $23. Shield nickel, 22, 23, 24. All right, remembering that the regular dime range, I just forgot, 77, 78, we're going to test 6 silvers. Silver Roosevelt dimes, that is. We'll call that 82, 83, 83. Call that 82. 81. Yeah, that one is, well, we'll call that 80. All right, so the silver rosies go from 80 to 83, and it separates 77, 78 for the regular Roosevelt dimes. Let's do Mercs. Oh, folks, this coin, I have a plethora of Mercury dimes. I think I'm the world's foremost metal detecting expert on Mercury dimes. Still, I love finding them. Anywho, we got 6 to go through. Historically, they've been similar to Rosie's. 81. Call that 82. Call that 80. Call that 80. Call that 81. And here's the troublemaker, but we'll call that 82. Yeah, so that one is, we're gonna match it with the Roosevelt dimes. We're doing 80 to 83. All right, we got a teachable moment right here. We're gonna be doing Barber dimes, but I have tested these extensively. I would call this one very close to perfect condition, at least for a coin that you found in the ground. This one was close to perfect. And I want to show you something with this. Earlier in the video, we showed you if something is thinned out, yeah, it's going to affect the target ID. But this is one in perfect condition. And remembering, we had the Mercs and the Rosies. They were 80 to 83, we called it. And take a look at this. So we got the Barber here. jumping. I would call that 80. And let's do the rest now. 80. I'd call that 78. 72, 73. Now look at this one. This one is a little bit flatter, but it's really not that much different. You still see a pretty thick coin here. 73, 74. My point is the older silver is in the penny range. 74. Oops. We almost had to metal detect that. We dropped it in the lawn. 77. So we put a Barber dime everywhere from 73 to 80. All right, now we are getting to the fun stuff. We got 6 seated dimes that we're going to go through. I'll call that 76. 79. 77. 79. 78. And we got a really, this one is thinned out. 67. So for the most part, you're seeing the Barber dimes and the seated dimes in the same range as the pennies. So, you know, what you might think is a penny signal, it could very well be a piece of silver. Don't always go for that slightly higher silver ring up, because very much of the time it could be Mercs, or it could be, and you want to dig those, and it could be Roosevelt dimes. I should mention that the coin that absolutely drives me crazy is the cap bust. So haven't gotten those yet. I found 2 more seated in my collection. There's probably more too. We'll call this one a 75. And this one is also on the thin side. So you got some that are ringing up in the 60s. All right, we got some silver Washington quarters. 91. 91. Jeez. We'll call that 90. 90, 91, very consistent. 91, 92. Another 92. All right, there we go. We'll call that 90 to 92. Barber quarter. I've only found 2 in my life, and one is very thin. So I suspect there's going to be a difference in the ring up between the 2. 87, 88. This one is thick. This one is like a regular quarter. So again, the older silver sure seems to ring up lower. This is the toasty one. And I don't even think we're going to put this on the board, but just for show. But this one we'll call an 87. SLQs, I've had a bunch of those. Let's see. Call that 88. Call that 90. Call that 88. 89. Call that 88. 88. 88. 89. 88, 89, 90. There we go, SLQ. Seated quarter, I've got 2. And let's go. 89. 87. Franklin halves. 94. 94. 94. We'll call that 94. Walking Liberty. 93, 94. 93, 94. 93, 94. 93, 94. 93, 94. I'll call that consistent. All right, we got some Kennedy halves that are 1965 through 1969. 93, 92, 93, 93, 94, 94, 92, 93. Barber half, I got exactly one. Jeez. 94. Go, go, go. Seated half that is worn down. So perhaps a little bit lower. Call that 92. All right, we already have a Morgan on the board. These are Morgan dollar sized coins. So let's take a look. And one of these I found I traded for the others. Yeah, this was pretty cool. We'll call that 97. 97. Yep, 97. The big coppers have arrived. But let's finish off the silver first. All right, I've got two Real coins, and they're both different sizes. One is 1732, one is from the 1770s. Well, let's do them one at a time. We'll call that 84. That's this one, 84. Now it's time for Carolus with his big nose. His big nose rings up a little extra. 85, 86. Oh, heck, let's call that 86. Mets won the World Series in 86. I've got 3 1 Real coins, and they're very similar in size. Let's see if they ring up differently. The one in the bottom's a little bit bigger than these two. But let's take a look. Let's start with this one. Call that 75. 75. Yep, 75. I think I'm missing one or two. These are my half reals. 54. 73. Okay, let's take care of that. These ones, 54. Let's put here 73. And 58. 60. I've somehow managed to dig 3 trimes, and all of these are just toasty. So just as a beware for that. 52. I'll call that about a 52, 51, 52. This is the toastiest of the toasty. And that's 40. 2-cent piece. Just my 2 cents. Only got one of those. 67, 68, we'll call that 67. All right, and rounding up the silver coins, we got my half dime here. I only got one, so let's see what we got. 63. All right, so large cents, they kind of ring up by type. So here's matron head, 95. 90. 88. 92. 91. 95. 90. 87. Now we have the, oh my god, I'm blanking on the name of these. These are the thicker ones. Not thicker, I'm sorry, the wider in circumference ones. 91, 92, 88. Tell you what, let me put them down one at a time. Look at this one. This is the oldest. That's in the 70s. Let's do these one at a time. All right, so that was madness. I didn't even get to the state coppers yet. And the coppers, basically, you got 74 there for that super old one. And for the most part, they are in a range of 85 through 92. No, through 95. I'm sorry, this one at 95 was the highest ring up. So you have a wide range with the coppers. Probably going to do the same thing with the state coins also. So you got close-ups of all of these in the book. This would have given us another 10-15 minutes on the video. So I lumped them together and I'm showing you the ranges. Before I forget, let's do some half cents. These should be pretty consistent. 67. 73, 70. All right, this is an interesting batch. I've got some hard time tokens in here. I've got some King Georges in here. Some foreign coins. This is a French centime. You got some state coppers in here. We're just going for a copper range. So I will get back to you after I ring these up. So I'll point out that this King George has an interesting ring up. It's lower than the others, 57. This King George coin rang up just like a half cent at 70. Another King George at 66. Vermont State Copper at 73. Russian Kopeck, 95. So for the most part, the copper range starts at 57. This is paper thin. And of course that plays into it. But you see some in the 60s all the way up through the 90s. All right, we're getting to the rings and the gold and the silver. But I want to do some trash first, and perhaps some buttons and some bullets. All right, speaking of junk, it wouldn't be a Target ID Bible if we didn't mention Zinkins, which are horrible. Here's why. So let's take a look. Okay, let's look at a brand new one first. So here we have one. It's in good shape. It's been in circulation. Call that 61. Now here's one that is worn down and the zinc is leaking out. 25. Really, I'm not going to waste your time with this. This could be anywhere from 10 all the way up to 65. I'm sorry, I wish I could do better than that. The majority of them are going to be in the 50s. I'll show you that. Let me just work my way through this. 50, 50, well, 53, 38. These are 40s, erratic coins. 60s. So really, these are all over the place. And it could be anywhere from 10. It's not going to be specific numbers. It doesn't work like that. 10 through 65 is your zinc range. Sorry. The other thing that's absolute torture for metal detectorists is aluminum foil. Let's face it, it comes in many sizes and shapes. And this this video is already a work in OCD joy. So I'm talking myself down from doing aluminum foil. It could be 1 all the way up into the 80s or even 90s for really thick pieces of aluminum. Sorry. All right, we got some junky stuff here. Let's ring that up, put it on the board. Well, take a look at this. I've used these same bottle caps in all of my Target ID videos. Well, that one is ringing up. So that's 30s. Now this one, that's doing a really good job. Let's move this away from the coil. Wow. And you see it going on the target trace. Well, I have to say, that performed better than the other detectors right there. I'm not going to go as far to say that bottle caps are not going to be a problem. I've dug some bottle caps with the Manticore, but come to think of it, it's been less. That's going to be to do. I'm actually going to leave the bottle caps out of this. I suppose that makes it incomplete. Well, we had one right here that was registering. It's this one. $40, but that's oh heck. Let's put the bottle cap that fooled it right there. And I don't have any brand new bottle caps, so I don't know. These will definitely register. I've dug a bunch. Call that a 22. 28. Let me go through this pile and then we'll take a look at where it falls. Okay, so listen, on air tests, this is doing absolutely fantastic. Let's take that off. $55, $56, but you know what? You're not going to get it in that range. That does a good job of mitigating the iron here. There's some pretty well documented square nail issues with the Manticore. Let's try another one. It's another one. Yeah, it's doing a good job with that. Here too. Yeah, but with iron and the air tests, it's I'm not even going to bother putting these on the board. These, yes, I will. 28. And as you can see, we are documenting these. 28. All right, so we went pretty light on that junk. That can really show up anywhere in the low range. And you have the aluminum bottle caps. These ones are entirely different animals. So let's take these two and let's take a look. These bottle caps will definitely ring up. call that a 73. And this one, same thing. All right, time to get into the fun stuff. You've made it this far. Rest of the video is just gonna flow. Where to begin? That is the question. Now, this is one of the points where this video gets interesting. All right, we're gonna go fast and furious. We have a 14K gold chain, balled up. Oh, snap. It is not reading it. Now, let's go. This has been read by all of the other detectors. This has been acid tested. That is not being read. All right, so we turned off the iron. We're getting 1 and 2 here. That was the second surprise of the day. I got a magnet here. There's no movement whatsoever. This has been acid tested. That is not reading up with the Manticore. So again, here we go. I have everything off in terms of the mask. Mask is off. This is balled up, okay? We're gonna call that a 3. Wow. Okay, that was a surprise. I have a video called You're Missing Gold with the Nocta Macro Legend. You're missing even more gold. This rang up with the Legend. Wow. Okay, let's go big chain. This is my weightlifting chain, okay? 14K, heavy as all sorts of heck. $11 we'll call that, and let's see if that. Yeah, reads this with the mask on. Call that 11. I saw that go up to 13, but I think the Manticore has problems with gold chains. I'm interrupting from the future because I'm partially wrong about that. I used the general all-terrain program, which notches 1, 2, 3, and 4. Beach General does not. It's got everything. It's got the entire range. Now, all of the testing that I did in this video is in all-terrain general. I mean, that all-terrain, that sure sounds like all different types of environments, you know, whether it's dirt or sand. So I felt that this was the most generic, and actually it is the first one that's offered. So I did my testing in that. And when you are in that, it notches out this little area right in here. And that's numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 on a scale of 99. Iron kind of goes like this. If something is showing iron, it's going to be here or down here. If you have something with like no ferrous properties, it's going to be on this line. Now, here's the thing. This is the notch. And basically, I can take that off. And you'll see me later in this video, like, oh my goodness, like this is getting notched out. They're losing gold. Well, if you go, let's put it this way. In an environment like this, you get a lot less ring drops. And like the majority of my rings have been found on beaches. And you get a lot more foil. So I get it why they did that. Because the foil can really be in that range. Now, let's go back to this and let's switch this to beach. Beach general. That's the general beach mode. Now take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is there. So basically, Minelab thought of that. And, you know, I had an honest response. That I was like, okay, wow, they didn't think of that. Nocta had a similar issue. And when you're making a metal detector that is trying to reject objects that you really don't want to dig, and be able to identify objects that you do want to dig, that's a tough task. So it wouldn't have been terrible if they did mess up on that, and they could have fixed that with the firmware update, but they don't need to, is the point. So keep that in mind. There's a few other objects that kind of get in the general all-terrain notched out area, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, you'd be able to find those objects on the beach. Where you should be like, oh my goodness, where you should be aware is if you do hunt in the all-terrain general mode and you're looking for rings. Let's say you're doing a ring recovery. You might not want to use the all-terrain general for that. All right, this one is one that rang up very low with other detectors. Let me get my keys out of my pocket just so that doesn't affect anything. And we have the mask off. Well, let's try it with it on first. Same problem. It is not getting it. Okay. This is not getting it at all. Not getting a piece of gold. Okay. Wow. I don't know how to account for this. Maybe we create... Yeah, this has not happened. Other detectors it came up on. Hold on, let's make sure. Yeah, we got no mask on. Okay, when we get really close. That's a 1 when we get it really close. I'm going to call that a 1. And of course, whenever you're going with Target ID, with the mask, that 1 is going to be notched out. Wow. Okay, here is a really fine piece of gold right here. Okay. You hear that skip? Now this does have a little heart pendant in here. It's got to be really close to the coil. We'll call that a 5. Okay, let's try another gold chain here. 10K this chain is. Call that an 8. This one is about 19K. $23. This is my blingiest earring, but yes, this is gold. Wow. 8. That's insane. Early takeaway is, yeah, you want to dig those low numbers. Wow. Okay, same problem. So this is another gold chain, 14K, with an engraving. Now ball it up. Crickets. That's my cell phone. Crickets. Now we put this, we take off the mask. Call that a 2. Wow. This one's gonna read, it's a Miraculous Medallion. 2728. I bet you could guess also a gold coin would be right there too. That's in the same shape. That's my guess. 2728. Let's call that 27. And we are getting a gold range going here. You know, there's so much to test, and I forgot Indian head pennies. I just tested them 45 to 60. Again, pennies have a very wide range, so 45 to about 60. I'll fill that in. Okay, so we got another gold bracelet here. This is registering. We'll call that a 10. I believe, I'll double check, I think that was 14K. Hey Meryl, what's your favorite metal detecting find of all time? It would have to be these Grillz. And thank God I could find it with the Manticore. 14. Speed round. This was a 71. This was a 7. My Lion pendant was a 27. 14K Quinceanera thing is 7. 14K pendant is 16. Icy Jesus is an 8. Golden Crucifix 14K is a 9. 14K Leo 17. 14K Lionhead is an 8. 14K Crucifix is a 6. 14K Mickey Diamonds are a 9. All right, so this one we have silver and gold. Gold is 10K. Silver will overpower. Call that 67. 18K. 21. Listen, man, it's a gold-plated pineapple. I couldn't not. Come on. We'll call that a 48. Silver chain, 13. Sterling napkin holder, 95. Sterling earring, 16. Silver brooch, 89. Silver bracelet, 54. It's probably a good time to show you this. This is a silver bracelet from Tiffany & Company, but it's got a little bit of gold on it here. And there's an engraving that tells you that, but look at this. Listen to this when it's open. Jumping everywhere when it's open. Now, let's close this. So this closes. Tough to do with one hand, bear with me. Okay, now it's closed. Now, watch this. $77, and this is true with any metal detector. If you have something that's like not completely connected, it's going to be more erratic with the ring up, but this is a 77. If you've noticed, the sun has moved. We've been doing this all day. If you haven't hit like or subscribe yet, please do. It helps my channel grow, and I'd appreciate your support. Tiffany bracelet, very jumpy, but 79. Sterling silver bracelet, 83. Listen, people, I'm gonna make an executive decision on the buttons. Buttons can be anywhere in this range, and we're seeing kind of sporadicness with this anyway. We're gonna get to the rings. We might do a few buttons, but for the most part, we're gonna stick to the gold and silver and rings, and we'll throw a little bit of ammunition in and call it a day. I've been told these watches are expensive. I found this at the bottom of a lake. Oh, I was gonna say it's still going. No, it wasn't. Maybe you gotta wind it or something. 59, we'll call that. Anchor Jesus pendant. Kind of strange. Okay. Yeah, that last one was a 6 to 9. Look at this. So we got, this is 925. Call that 11. 925 bracelet, 18. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Wait, let's do that in rhyme. Hold on. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. 55. Oh, come on. 55. Go, go, go. DMX. Jesus pendant at 90. And teddy bear pendant, 59. Both silver. Okay, diesel silver, 925, 2425. Silver ashtray. 89. Another one of these. Classic jewelry, not connected. 59. Right by this one. 59. Name bracelet. It says George. 76. Let's throw some beautiful copper in here too. 87. 925 earring. That is 27. Religious pendant. 88. Silver skeleton key. 76. Religious pendant. 84. Smaller version of this one. 87. Silver baseball award. 93. Religious pendant. 72. Flat silver thimble. 73, we'll call that. Silver earring. 71. Yeah, we've recorded 45 minutes so far and we've barely scratched the surface. We're gonna get to the ring soon, but let's look around the silver a little bit more. So this just rang up at a 16 and it's hollow inside. And if you notice, it's very similar to this one. Hollow on the inside, it is just, it doesn't have that density like I said at the beginning. Beautiful medallion, this was an 83. Another religious pendant, this was 72. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting one. We got a silver spoon here. Now watch the target trace. Circular. We'll call that 91. All right, so we got a teachable moment here, or a puzzling one at least. We got at 16. Remember I was saying about these hollow ones? Now, take a look at this. This is the same thing. All are 925. $65, $66, $67. If you're buying this machine for Target ID, I don't know. I don't know. I gotta throw the Game of Thrones button in. What the heck? $25, $26. Also silver. Okay. This is part of a pen. 63. I tell you this, our board sure is filling up. All right, let's fill it up some more. We got a Pandora. Pendant. Look at that jump. I'm gonna close it. Closed, it's in the high 30s. We'll say 38. 925 good luck charm. 82. Army's Corps of Engineers pin. 60. Air Force pin. Call that 82. Eagle watch fob. 71. Another one of these funky watches. Bouncing around, we'll call that a 63. All right, we opened this up for the sake of being OCD. Let's go. Call it 68. This is burning my hands. It's been this hot sun all day. 68. Oh, that's the first 68. How about that? And this one was 65, 43. And that bug is 49. That is 57. And this skeleton key is 21. This thingamabob was a 70. 76 and 60. Silver dog, 72. Oh yeah, it's ring time. Let's go. All right, so this thing struggles with shapes. It's facing this way now. I just switched the way I'm holding it. Interesting. This one tested 10K. I guess we'll call that high 20s. Let me tell you. No, we're gonna call it 30. There we go, 30. 18K, go, go, go. 39. I'm sorry, make that 14K. 925 chunker. Call that 91. This is a junker. I kind of like it though. 52. It was plated over. 52. 925. Call that 87. 14K. 15. Stainless steel, 10. This is actually one of my favorite rings. It's 925. It's the end of a fork. $85. Plated, 56. 14K. 12. So this is one that you, if you don't dig zinc pennies, you're not going to get. Very high frequency. This was 55. And this is a 10K big diamond. 55. This is another one that if you dig zinc, if you don't dig zinc pennies, you're gonna miss. 62, that's silver. This stunner you'd miss too. This was a 57. 21. $925. 14K, 40. 925, 80. 925, 86. And this one, 925, was a 50. This one is stainless, 14. Stainless ring, 28. Copper ring, 50. Silver pendant, 54. Stainless ring, 15. My M ring, 14K. We'll call that 42. 14K gold ring. We'll call that 15. Silver spoon, we'll call that 85. Dull murder weapon. $92. Here's a weird one. 925. Okay, hold on. Now let's see, let's cover this up. We wouldn't get that. That was a 3. $925 at 3. This is weird. 10K diamond ring. 23. Bling ring. 50. Block cover, why not? 77. Oh, that's a dandy. It bounces. This machine in general bounces. 51, we'll call it. 925 stunner. 66. The Mouse's Sword. If you're still watching, you are enjoying the Mouse's Sword. Let's see. 33. The Mouse's Excalibur. Far Out Hippie Ring. 75, man. 14K gold and emerald. 9, as they say in Germany. 9. Interesting. Okay, dig everything with this detector. This is a silver toe ring. Call it 52. I need a break with my dog. Where's bro? This is sis. All right, back to work. Can you tell it's almost night, people? Hit that subscribe button. Go, go, go. Anywho, come on, let's get back to this. Go, go, go. Yeah, let's do some gold. There we go. This was a 14K. $31. 14K. 35. 18K. Chunker. This is a chunker. Ooh. Some people would think that's a zinc penny. 62. And just for the sake of consistency, this is 14K. Okay. Call that an 18. 925 and 88. Silver hair clip. 55. Brooch. I just got the low battery warning on my phone. 50. Thank God for child labor. Hi, Gubba. That's Gabby. She's doing buttons right now. And we got bullets and stuff in here too. And I'm gonna take care of the rings, and her brother will be back to help too. Let's go. 14K. Make up your mind. What do you think, 27?
28.
She says 28. You sure 28?
Yeah.
Yeah. 14K chunker. We'll call that 43.
Also weigh 43.
You got 43 also?
Yep.
43?
Isn't that mossy?
Oh, you just said that on video. I'm not gonna tell her. I'm not gonna tell her.
Isn't it though?
I can't confirm or deny. We got rose gold happening here.
44.
Yep, higher because it's rose gold. Say 62. 10K chunker. Yes, I tried to give it back to the owner. 46. 14K. This has always been the odd one. Bottom of a lantern. $49. No, I did not find this with the dais. Sterling. No, it's not sterling. It's whatchamacallit. I'm tired. Stainless, not sterling. 14. Oh, Lord. We got gold and silver in this one, so this is going to be higher. 60. 14 karat gold, 31.
14.
31.
Oh.
That 31. Thank
And
you.
14 karat.
Mm-hmm. 14 carats. We got them growing in there.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Oh, it's a heart. 74. It's silver. 74. Skilva.
Gilva.
She just said an ant is checking out my stuff. This is 14K and this is at 30.
He's interested in this one.
This guy, you trying to swipe the gold? Go away. Again, my condolences to Yolvani. $19. Yolvani's ring was a 14K. This one is 18K. $32. Gold and silver. This should be higher. And it is. 83. 14K. 17. 17. OMG, it's the traffic light ring. It's silver. 85. Okay, this one is 14K. 14K. $50. That is not a zinc penny. Never finished cleaning this one. It's silver. 93. We are getting there. Look at that. This one is fascinated with the ants. And Quinceanera ring is 13. The Quinceanera, people lose things, man. That was a 7. And this one is 13. Go, go, go. 14K white gold at 26 and 32. Also 14K white gold. Right next to the mouse's sword. This was purchased, obviously, 8 reals. $96, $97. We'll call it a 96. Gold-plated silver at 87. 10K gold. $21. 14K. $25. Okay, this ring is beast mode. 14K. 45. This is gold and silver. 81. My yellow diamond. 14K. 19. Chunky silver. 96. We got some thick gold here. 14K. 54. So this is a different shape, and this is all 14K. 6162, just like a new zinc penny. D-ring 14K, and that is a 14K. Majority of any rings, gold 14K, 15. Silver chunker 82. Tiny 18K ring. 14K. 34. You guessed it, 14K, 17.
Hi, I got a haircut.
Could you repeat that, please?
Hi, I got a haircut.
He got a haircut. He's got the cool hair, man. He's got the cool hair. And he's helping out here.
It's been a minute since I've been here. Hope you guys are doing well.
And he's got the deep voice, man. Yeah, he's a good guy. All right, let's go. Let's see if he remembers target ID. He sure does. Look at that. Gabby's still distracted by the ants. This one is bizarre. This one's bizarre. Possibly because it's not closed entirely at the bottom. That is pretty wild. I don't know what to call that. We'll call that a 10. And it's silver. We got 14K, 31. All right, I'm giving the kids some of the rings to put on the board. We're getting this done. And this is a 14K. Ooh, this is one that would not pick up. Hold on. Let's put this on. This is another one that would not pick up. Whoa. So this is a 3. 14K, 31. All right, this is platinum.
Gabby, I wouldn't do it with 2. Gabby,
I know
Gabby.
which one.
No, because you had the other one close to that.
This one is platinum. 9. 9. This is another platinum. Call that 35. 10K at 9. This one with the intaglio is 24. 14K. This one must be from Radio Shack. 14K. 26. 18K. 14. This might be my favorite ring. I just got cut. It's platinum. 18. 10K, I just found the video. I found this last year. I just found the video. I'm gonna have to upload it a year late, but it's coming soon. 10K, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm tired. 12. All right, so let's take a look at this and let's really scrutinize. This can go off. We are done. Now, looking at this, honestly, if you're somebody who is just like so uptight about target ID, this might not be the machine for you. I've seen better separation in terms of silver on one end. I mean, listen, any machine, if you have something that's spread out, like I said at the beginning, it's going to be low, but I don't know about that low. And the gold range is clearly over in here. You want to dig everything. I mean, we got gold mixed with silver higher on the board, okay? You want to dig everything up until the Zinc range, up into the mid 60s. The majority of the gold is still down here, you know, from 0.42. But let's look at these chunkers here. So here's one chunker that was 43. Here's another one that was 45. Here's another one that was 50. We got gold 55, 54, 55, 57, 60. Really chunky piece. Actually, 3 chunky pieces at 62. Now, silver, yeah, the high conductors are here. Silver goes all the way down the board. What's the lowest piece of silver that we got? It would be this chain at 13. That's crazy, yo. Now we got to take pictures, but let's go down the board just so you could see. For anybody who is not getting the Target ID Bible, I don't know what you're thinking, but you'll see close-up photos of all of these. And you'll learn a lot. There's a written part about Target ID. I mean, I'm not stingy with my videos. I share all of this information, but instead of watching an hour-long video, it's all there to be read. In closing, what should you take from this? Dig everything. We are just inferring. You could listen to signals. It gives you a very nice set of headphones. You could listen to signals and say, all right, this sounds a little bit stronger. One of my favorite aspects about this detector, which really doesn't have to do with Target ID, is the enhanced audio, where you could really hear the size or magnitude of an object. And Target ID is just numbers. And what affects Target ID? The size, the shape, and the type of metal that it is. But these are just numbers. I mean, if you get a chunky piece of gold, you've seen it right here. That's going to ring up higher in the zinc range. And you might miss it if you're thinking, well, I know 40s and 50s are highest frequency zinc pennies. So really, you dig everything. You use the inference, all of the tools that you can to inference, to make a decision. And I have to say, between target trace, which is imperfect, and all of the other tools that this detector gives you, it's an excellent inference detector. So that would be my advice. Dig everything and really give it that extra listen, and use the tools, and you could really get a better idea of the coins with this, especially the modern coins. Like, there's a very little range of difference in like modern quarters, modern dimes. It's a very thin range. You could probably guess what that is. But again, look at the Target ID Bible, the book. You could see what goes with it, what you're missing at a certain number. And we were pretty thorough with this video. So anyway, I hope I earned your subscription, your like, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.